So I'm here with Dr. Dianne Reibel, one of the gurus of mindfulness and mindfulness-based stress reduction. She leads our programs at the Marcus Institute of Integrative Health and the Department of Integrative Medicine and Nutritional Sciences. So Dr. Reibel, the terms mindfulness and mindfulness-based stress reduction, or MBSR, have gotten quite common and people are aware of them and talking about them. So help us to understand, what does mindfulness mean?
So there's several definitions of mindfulness. I'd like to start with a definition that Jon Kabat-Zinn has used. He's the person who founded mindfulness-based stress reduction. And he says mindfulness is the awareness that arises when we pay attention on purpose in the present moment with certain attitudes. Attitudes of openness to experience, an attitude of curiosity, an attitude of non-judgment. That's a lot of words, so I'm also going to simplify it a bit, all right? Mindfulness is present moment awareness. Being present and aware of what's happening in the moment. Another way of saying it is being here now. Being here now, being open to your experience and being curious about it.
So mindfulness meditation, when people use that term, are those meditation exercises that cultivate this awareness in the moment?
Well, mindfulness is actually an innate human capacity to be fully present. However, most of us are not present. We become aware of how we're lost in thoughts of the past or lost in thoughts about the future. Right? So what formal mindfulness meditation practices do is strengthen our ability to be present, to be mindful. And that's also where mindfulness-based stress reduction program comes in. It's a formal program that at its core has intensive training in mindfulness meditation to help support us to be more present.
So people often get mindfulness or mindfulness meditation exercises online or in different apps, but that's different than the full mindfulness-based stress reduction program you're talking about.
Yes, there are ways to be guided through mindfulness practices. There's apps, there's web-based programs and things like that. Mindfulness-based stress reduction is a formal 8-week program where you are with a teacher and you're with a group, and it is live in the sense, whether it's in person or it's virtual, where you are actually guided through many different practices. There's a standard curriculum that's evidence-based, lots of research that's been done to show its benefits. And you do learn different practices through time, and you have the ability to ask your teacher questions, things that come up. You hear what other people are doing and how they're learning. And the group itself is a beautiful learning environment.
So over these 8 weeks, people meet once a week, and for how long?
Yes, so it's an 8-week program, and the participants do meet once a week for 2.5 hours a week. And in addition to that, there is a full day class toward the end of the program, which really allows people to have a day of mindfulness to deepen the practice, to really get a sense, what is it like to live in the moment in this way?
So the formal MBSR program, that's where all the data is that shows that mindfulness can really change health outcomes, really change the way people feel, function, and thrive.
Yes, it is the #1 program that's been studied, and there's actually over 40 years of research on MBSR and its benefits, health benefits, which include reducing anxiety, reducing depression, reducing pain, and improving brain function, improving immune system function. And yes, there's a fair amount of research now.
What are some of the interesting studies you've been involved with and some of the results you can tell us about?
So we have been involved in research for many, many years. Our first paper came out in 2001, and we were looking at health-related quality of life in participants of MBSR, and we found that anxiety was reduced 45%, depression was reduced by 35%, and there was increased vitality and increased social functioning, a lot of benefits for the participants. And of late, we've done numerous studies. One that comes to mind right now is a study that we did with older adults and in life care communities, where the mean age was 82 years old, right? And these people benefited enormously. And not only did they benefit behaviorally, emotionally, but we have looked at some brain imaging, and we have found that there's changes in the brain. In addition to seeing the behavioral changes and the benefits in older adults.
By behavioral changes, they felt better, mood was better,
yes.
Cognition was better?
We have not looked in this particular program for changes in cognition. However, yes, indeed, there's a lot of evidence where people who take MBSR can improve cognition.
Great.
In this particular MBSR program adapted for the older adults, what we did find is improved brain function, right? With Dr. Andrew Newberg, who did the scans for us, and we see better functional connectivity in certain areas of the brain, and associated with actually improved levels of depression.
So you've done research on a wide group of patients with illnesses, from cancer to ALS to cognitive decline, but also young, healthy people. And it seems that this is an intervention that helps people to function better, thrive better, regardless of what their baseline health state is. Is that correct?
That is indeed correct. So there's also a lot of research that have been done on healthy individuals and youth. And so it's youth and older adults. And there's a lot of evidence that there's a better ability to cope with stress in their lives, more resilience, and ability to appreciate life. And I'll even say happiness.
Yeah. I mean, we could all use more happiness, and coping with stress. Life is stressful, and having tools like mindfulness and MBSR teaches are really critical.
Yes. And I think critical even more so in this day and age. I really feel that way.
So Dr. Reibel, how can people learn more about the kind of programs you offer?
So the programs that we offer are on our website, on the Marcus Institute website, and they can look there and contact us, and we can give them more and more information about when the programs are running and what's involved with the programs.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is there anything you wanted to add that I maybe didn't ask you?
Perhaps just to say that mindfulness is also heartfulness, and I just want to bring that home because it really helps us in many, many ways in our relationship with ourselves and in our relationship with others and with the world.